Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the class on solutions. In this class, we will discuss about Nernst distribution law. What is Nernst distribution law? When a solute distributes itself between two immiscible solvents in contact with each other at a given temperature, there exists a constant ratio of distribution between the two solvents irrespective of the total amount of the solute and irrespective of the any other molecular species which may be present. I'll explain what is this. When we take two immiscible liquids, for example, we have this experiment in the second year, so I will explain what is this. When we take water and water, this is water, and when we take benzene, water and benzene are two immiscible solvents. Water and benzene are two immiscible solvents. Then, when we add a small amount of benzoic acid, what we are adding? We are adding a small amount of benzoic acid. This is benzoic acid. Here, two immiscible solvents are water and benzene, and the solute is benzoic acid. When we add benzoic acid to water and benzene, then benzoic acid will distribute equally or with some constant ratio between in the benzene layer as well as water layer. So some amount will distribute in benzene layer, some amount will distribute in benzoic acid layer. Say for example, if you imagine 1 gram of benzene is added to this, then say 400 milligrams is dissolved in benzene, 600 milligrams is dissolved in water. Now the ratio is 4:6 or 2:3. Now, if we add 5 grams, when we add 5 grams, then these 5 grams will be distributed in the ratio of 2:3. That means 2 grams will be distributed in benzene layer, 3 grams will be distributed in water layer. So irrespective of the amount of solute, whether we add 1 gram or 2 grams or 3 grams, the solute will distribute with a constant ratio. Here it is 2:3. So solute will distribute between the two immiscible liquids with a constant ratio. So this is what is called Nernst distribution law. That is, distribution coefficient Kd is equal to ratio of concentration of solute in first solvent by concentration of solute in second solvent. Here Kd distribution coefficient this is also called as a partition coefficient. C1 and C2 concentration of solute in two immiscible liquids. Liquids are what we call them as solvents. So the distribution coefficient is always a constant. In this case, it is 2/3. when we add 1 gram or 2 grams, it doesn't matter for this. The distribution coefficient is always a constant value. Nernst distribution law is applicable for the following conditions. Temperature must remain constant. So whenever we want to calculate the distribution coefficient, we must keep the temperature constant throughout the experiment. When we change the temperature and try to find out the partition coefficient, it will differ. Okay, so temperature must be constant. The two liquids must be immiscible or very sparingly miscible. Here what we are saying, distribution coefficient is applied for immiscible solvents. If it is miscible, distribution coefficient cannot be observed further. It is different. When they are miscible, it forms a homogeneous solution. So we cannot calculate concentration in first solvent and concentration in second solvent. So that is entirely different case. So in order to calculate the distribution coefficient, the two liquids must be immiscible or very sparingly miscible. Sparingly means very small amount. That means we can say ideally dilute. The solutions must be dilute. It is the solution must be dilute. That means the amount of solute must be very, very minimum. In the case of saturated solutions, partition coefficient is given by Kd equal to S1 by S2, where S1 and S2 are the solubilities of solute in liquids 1 and 2. What is a saturated solution? The solute which is in contact with its solution. Solute, undissolved solute which is in contact with the solution is called as a saturated solution. So when we discuss partition coefficient for saturated solutions, we will take solubility. It is not concentration, it is solubility. S1 and S2 are the solubilities of the solute in liquids 1 and 2. And finally, solute should not undergo association or dissociation in the two liquids. That means solute should be as such in liquid 1 and liquid 2. It should not undergo any chemical transformations in both the solvents, either association or dissociation. There should not be any chemical change in the solute. So whenever we want to calculate the distribution coefficient, we must follow these rules. The solute should not undergo any chemical transformation in both the solvents. Okay, but if we know a solute undergoes dissociation, say in solution 2, then the partition coefficient can be modified. The partition coefficient can be calculated using the formula C1 by C2 into 1 minus X. What is dissociation? A molecule breaks into more number of molecules. It may be divided into 2 molecules or it may be divided into 3 molecules. Here, X is the degree of dissociation. What is degree of dissociation? How many molecules are breaking, that we will measure in terms of degree of dissociation. It is in terms of percentages. When we convert into numbers, it will be less than 1. So 1 means it is 100%, X means it is say 20%, then it is 0.2. If it is 30% degree of dissociation, then it is 0.3. So 1 minus X, will be added to the solution 2 because solute is undergoing dissociation in solution 2. Similarly, if we know a solute is undergoing association, then also we can calculate the partition coefficient. If it is undergoing association in solution 2, then also we can calculate the partition coefficient using the formula Kd is equal to C1 by nth root of C2, where n is the number of molecules associating to give a large molecule in solution 2. If it is undergoing association, say for example, 3 molecules are undergoing association to give single molecule, then we need to write 3 here. If 4 molecules are undergoing association to give 1 molecule, then we need to write 4 in place of n. So this is how we will calculate the partition coefficient if a molecule is undergoing association or dissociation in a particular solvent.